This is Ulanzi's LM07 photography and videography flashlight. I've reviewed a couple of LEDs here on the channel. They all come in different sizes, but never one that looks and feels like a flashlight. The LM07 is packed with proper photo and video features like adjustable color temperature, adjustable brightness level, a zoomable beam focus for widening or narrowing the light, Type-C charging, have a 2000 mAh battery, lightweight and ultra portable, and it even comes with a detachable diffusion dome. How's it going, guys? Today we'll be taking a look at this product from Ulanzi, the LM07 photography and videography flashlight. Take a look at what this LED light has to offer, its features, and showcase what you can do with it. Share with you guys my personal user experience and finally my honest opinion on this product. As always, disclaimers first, Ulanzi did send over this unit for a review. However, they have no say in whatever that I will be sharing in this video, and everything I say is of my own opinion. With that out of the way, let's dive right in. Starting with the unboxing, as usual, Ulanzi's packaging is clean and minimal. We have an image of the flashlight on the top side written photography flashlight. On the sides, video accessories, and some specs written on the outer side of the box, and that's about it. Taking a look inside, we have a warranty card, a bag of accessories, the diffusion dome, and an instruction manual and the light itself. Now, let's take a look at the diffusion light dome that should help with softening the light. Next, inside this bag, we have a lanyard, a USB Type-A to Type-C cable for charging, and finally the flashlight itself. Picking up for the first time feels really solid, and the finish around the product is pretty nice as well. And that's pretty much everything that came inside the box. Now let's take a look at the dimensions and build quality of the LM07 flashlight. The dimension sits at around 162.8mm in length with a diameter of about 46.6mm, and the weight is at around 174 grams. That is just the flashlight itself. With the diffusion dome attached, it is about 187 grams. The build quality of the flashlight is made from aluminum alloy. Overall, very solid, especially holding it in your hands. Taking a look at the entire flashlight, starting from the top, there are 3 individual LEDs inside the bulb, as you can see right here. And you can probably guess it, these 3 separate LEDs make up for that white balance adjustment feature that was mentioned earlier. But do pay close attention to the placements of the LEDs in this circular array, which eventually results in a position shift when changing white balance, as you can see right here. At the side of the barrel, there is Ulanzi's branding printed right here. Moving down the shaft, it appears that it can be pulled apart like such for zooming in and out, which we'll talk about it in just a second. Now, moving further down, we have 3 clickable buttons right here, and all of them has a clicky sound when pressed. Upon turning on the flashlight by long pressing the power button, which is the last one situated at the bottom, it lights up green, indicating that it has about 50 to 100% of battery life remaining. If these buttons illuminate orange, the battery life is sitting at around 20 to 50%. A solid red indicates about 5 to 20%, and finally flashing red indicates about 5% battery remaining. Looking further down at the base of the LM07, we have one of the most important 1/4 inch screw thread right here. With this thread, we can easily mount it on light stands, tripod, attach a quick release plate at the bottom, mount it on your camera cage, and a whole bunch of applications without using an additional clamp just to mount it. There's also an insert to attach a lanyard that came included in the box for you to loop it through your hands when using. And the USB-C charging port is tucked all the way at the base of the light right here. When charging, all 3 buttons light up green and will be flashing throughout the charge, and when it is full, the light remains solid green. If you ran out of battery and still needed to use the flashlight, you can do so, but only limited to the lowest brightness setting at 0% when plugged in. And that's a quick look of the LM07. Now let's talk about the features of the LM07, starting from one of the most important specs, which is the CRI rating of this light. This flashlight is only rated with a CRI, which stands for Color Rendering Index, of more than 90. When compared to all of my other RGB LED lights, they are all rated with a CRI of 95. And on the LM07, you can adjust up to 4 different levels according to the spec, but I found that you can only adjust up to 3 times. So this is the lowest brightness setting, the second level, and the maximum brightness that is available on the LM07. Pressing it once goes back to the very first brightness setting. Now, the brightness level of these LEDs measured in lux, which is a unit of light per square meter. The LM07 is able to output up to 600 lux with the white balance set to 2000 Kelvin, 900 lux at 5500 Kelvin, and a peak brightness of 1100 lux, which Ulanzi calls it their ultra bright mode at 8000 Kelvin, but only within the 0.5 meter radius. Next feature on the list is the ability to zoom in and out with a light beam, which also means to concentrate or spread out the light beam like such. Now moving on to the second button, which is indicated by K, and you can probably guess it right, it is to adjust the color temperature, and here you get to adjust 3 different white balance profiles, starting from 2000 Kelvin, 5500 Kelvin, and up to 8000 Kelvin. So by clicking the second button, you cycle between 3 color temperature. Do take note that when changing color temperature, it's just changing between these 3 LEDs, and since they are in a circular array, the cast of light will be shifted, so you will need to reposition the light if you plan to change color temperature when using it. Now the last button is the power button. When long press turns the flashlight on and off, and a single press enters flash mode. The constant flashing mode is available on all 3 different color temperatures, as you can see right here. There are no visible flickering like you would get from cheap LEDs, so it is a pretty good light overall. It is also worth mentioning that the battery life on this flashlight is rated at 2000 mAh, and it charges via USB-C. It takes around 150 minutes for a full charge with a charging rated input of 5 watts. Unfortunately, no PD quick charge. It is said that it can last up to 90 minutes of use time at maximum brightness of the 1100 lux at 8000 Kelvin, and the LM07 lasted for a little more than 90 minutes, which was as advertised. Now let's talk about my real life experience in photography using the LM07 on an actual shoot. I was visiting Kawaguchiko here in Japan for their autumn light illumination, where there were LED light up fixtures all around the place called Momiji Corridor, where you can get an illumination of maple trees in that area. And I so happened to have the LM07 with me, and honestly it was such a game changer. The flashlight was convenient to carry around instead of the regular hot shoe flash that is massive, and it takes up a lot of space, especially when traveling. During the illumination, as the skies became darker, the LEDs slowly lit up, illuminating the surrounding area, and if you were to photograph portraits with the illumination in the background without an external light on your subject, it is almost impossible to capture portraits with this scene right here. All you can capture is the shadow side with the illumination behind. But with the LM07 flashlight, I managed to capture some amazing portrait shots of not only the illumination but also my lovely wife. Holding the flashlight with one hand and the other with the camera was versatile enough, and some of these shots turned out pretty nice. The color rendering index, although sitting at around 90 CRI, for being able to capture portrait scene in this scenario does it for me. Showing a little bit of color grading, and it's pretty much good. And throughout the trip, wherever it got dark around Kawaguchiko, it functions as a regular flashlight too, which was pretty awesome. Now onto the video aspects of things. I have used the LM07 as a rim light for my unboxing videos. I have the LED tucked away in the corner, like how I will use my regular RGB LEDs for that extra rim light on my hands, and adding a little complementary color around the entire scene. And both actually turns out pretty well. All in all, I think the LM07, for its price tag for a convenient flashlight that is shaped like a flashlight, is good to have but not a must. If I'm being honest, a flashlight like this Godox V860 Mark II outputs a maximum of 1000 lux at 1 meter distance, when compared to the LM07 of 1100 lux at only 0.5 meters. Of course, these two lights shouldn't be compared head to head, as the Godox is for a professional environment, whilst the LM07 is for more of a casual fun portrait shoots with the 3 adjustable color temperature available. Definitely something really handy to have whenever you are in a situation where you need quality light that your smartphone can never compete. The only thing I wish that the LM07 had was finer tuning settings on the brightness level as well as the color temperature settings, preferably like a knob for a more precise selection of these individual settings. So if you are interested, the LM07 is currently priced at $30 US. You can check out the full details on Ulanzi's website, which I will link in the description box down below. And on the side note, Ulanzi is currently running a Black Friday sale from the 15th of November to the 3rd of December with up to 20% discount on all of their products. There are a couple of Ulanzi products that I've reviewed on the channel, like some RGB lights, RGB light tubes, a Ulanzi cage as well that I rigged up years ago with the A7 Mark III, the MagSafe tripod stand, the TT38 vlog pod, unflows in less than a second, the Ulanzi AM18 wireless microphone, which is seriously good for the price that you're paying. Essentially, Ulanzi offers offers a bunch of budget-friendly filmmaking tools to elevate your content creation to the next level. So if you are interested, don't miss out on their season sales. Be sure to check out their website if there's anything that interests you. I'll leave a couple of links in the description box down below. And once again, a huge shout out to Ulanzi for sending over this LM07 for a review. That being said, that is all for this video. I hope you have found this video insightful. As always, if you have any questions or anything that you want me to test out, feel free to leave me a comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as possible. So always, thank you all so much for tuning in. My name is Ken and I'll catch you all in the next one. Stay safe, peace out, and bye-bye.